Is this the greatest CT Toys bootleg so far? Let's take a look. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at the amazing Yamaguchi bootleg of Agent Venom by CT Toys. This is the one that I was really looking forward to because some of you guys really hyped me up with your comments praising this KO so much that I really wanted to check it out myself and see if the legends are true. From my understanding, there are two versions of this bootleg, this one and the other one that is not made by CT Toys. And by what I've heard, CT Toys version is much better. So be careful when you are buying this KO on places like AliExpress, where I got mine. The main thing that you have to look for is the image on the box, because this CT Toys version has a different image than the other one. I'll also leave a link for the seller from whom I bought this figure, so you can use that. It's in the description of this video. Okay, so a quick look at the box. It's a windowless box, so you can see the figure. This is the front side of the box, the back, another side showing some promo shots of the figure, top of the box, and nothing special at the bottom. So now, let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. So here is what is in the box. We have a few plastic trays. Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of accessories. So here is CT Toys Agent Venom out of the box, and my first impressions are this is a phenomenal figure. It feels nice and sturdy, nothing is falling off. Well, this shoulder pad was off, but I just needed to plug it back into the peg hole. There are some matte parts and then some glossy black parts, and I love that dynamic, rather than having only one of those two options. But now, let's take a closer look at this guy. So here is a closer look at the head sculpt. It has that matte finish. Sculpt looks good. We have some sculpted lines for the eyebrows up here. The eyes look nice and clean. When we look at it from the side, you can see a nose poking through the mask. This neck piece can be separated and it gets out of the way for the articulation. We have some nice texture on the black glossy parts of the suit, like here on these shoulder pads with these spikes, the gauntlets as well on the legs and then on the chest. This symbiote logo is really nicely done. I don't see any major paint bleeding, so that's always a good sign. And here is the back, same thing, nicely and cleanly applied paint. And down here at the belt we see a lot of these pouches, and the sculpt is really nice and sharp and clean, and these parts of the belt are on Revoltech ball joints, so they can rotate, they can move around, get out of the way for the articulation. Here is the front of the belt with the buckle here and all of these straps that go around his legs. Here we have peg holes, that is for the gun holsters, which come as a separate accessories. He has his knee pads with spikes and shins as well. But I mean, in terms of the overall sculpt, the overall body, it's what you usually expect out of amazing Yamaguchi. It's the standard way that they do their figures, the standard articulation, the standard design. So that's what I was expecting out of this guy. Now let's take a look at his accessories. He comes with this small tray of interchangeable eyes. We have two versions of black eyes here, like squinting and more open eyes. And then we have another version with vibrant green eyes. Obviously, eyes can be popped out of the head. But then a great thing about this CT Toys version is that it comes with this alternate Venom head. If I'm not mistaken, this was some kind of amazing Yamaguchi online purchase exclusive, and it's so cool that CT Toys was able to include this with their bootleg. Look at the sculpt and the paint of this KO. The eyes have some metallic shine to them. They are not just simply white, and the teeth are really well sculpted. This looks really crisp and clean. There is no major paint bleeding here, so that is amazing. That is so good to see. And let's try it out. We have this type of ball joint that you can turn in any direction. So good. It looks beautiful. I'll just leave it like that because I love that look. He comes with a pair of web shooting effects. So you get 2 of these, and these have like a small peg at the bottom so that you can peg these into his alternate hands. He comes with this huge machine gun that looks sharp. The sculpt is beautiful, nice, crisp. There is no weathering on it, and it is kind of light, but it looks great and it will go great with this guy. Then you get 2 pairs of these guns, so 4 guns total, and again, no wash on them, it's just black plastic, but the sculpt looks beautiful. You also get 4 of these, and at first I thought that these were like some kind of smaller guns, but actually no, this is just a small piece, a small part of this whole gun, and that is because he comes with 4 of these small pieces and he comes with 4 of these holsters. And the way to plug these in, you see the way that the inner side is sculpted, and you just need to align and peg it inside, and the shape fits perfectly, and this is how it looks from the outside. So it really does look like a holstered gun. And then you can obviously peg it into the side of his leg, and it looks really good. You also get a pair of pouches, so you can add even more pouches to this guy. They have their pegs, so you just plug these into the figure. He comes with a transparent light stand that you have to assemble yourself. He comes with this translucent tool for poking out the eyes, and then he comes with 6 pairs of alternate hands. 7 pairs total because 2 fisted hands but with holes are already on the figure, and here we have a pair of open hands with claws, a pair of relaxed hands, then a pair of trigger finger hands. Down here we have a pair of fisted hands, and you can see that these have the hole on the top of them because Venom is shooting his webs from this side of the hand. And these 2 pairs that I skipped are actually looking different than the rest of these hands. As you can see, they are in a more darker and glossy black color, while the rest of the hands are more matte. That is because these are 2 pairs of Venom hands for his tentacles. And speaking of tentacles, you get a lot of them in this second tray. You get 2 pairs of shorter ones, so 4 of these total, and 2 pairs of these, so 4 in total. 2 of these longer, slimmer ones, and 2 of these shorter, slimmer ones. And the idea is that these first ones are the base that you have to connect into Venom's back, and then you connect these 2 like this, and so now you have the articulated Venom tentacles. They have Revoltech ball joints on 3 spots, and all of them from this lower base. So you have the first one here, the second one here in the middle, and then the third one here at the top. And all of it can rotate, so you can get some nice dynamic poses using these tentacles. You also get this one hand extension when his hand turns into a blade, a dagger, and the paint is really nice. It goes from this glossy black to a kind of silverish tip, and I really like how this looks. This right here looks fantastic. I've connected all of his tentacles into his back. It was really easy to do. It's all standard Revoltech joints that go into the peg holes, and you don't have to connect them in this order, in this way. You can put these longer ones down or shorter ones up, so whatever you want to do. This is looking absolutely fantastic, and this is him using that arm blade extension, and it's like a regular hand. You just need to unplug any of these 2 hands, and this blade fits perfectly on the wrist peg. And then he also comes with 2 pairs, so 4 total, of these gun firing effects. These are obviously for his guns. They have the peg holes here in the back, and yes, they fit perfectly. So this is how those firing effects on the guns look with the figure. The guns fit perfectly into the hands, so everything looks really nice. Such a beautiful piece for your shelf display. But there is actually one more option here. If you remove parts of these tentacles on the places where the first upper ball joint is, what you can do is take these tentacle hands, give each a gun, and so now you can have this look where each tentacle is firing its own gun. And then if we give him his machine gun, this looks beautiful. There are so many posing options options that you get with this figure, I'm still amazed by the quality of this bootleg. Unfortunately, these firing effects do not fit the machine gun, but that's okay. Let's now take a look at his articulation. The head and the neck are on the ball joints, so together they give you a great range of movement. He can look down this much, up this much, tilt side to side, rotate 360. He has a standard Revoltech joint in the shoulders, so that makes it possible for him to put his arms across the chest, and this is how far they go back. Arms rotate 360. Shoulder pads are separate pieces that are pegged into the back side of the shoulder, so you get a movement there. We have a bicep swivel, standard Revoltech elbow that gives us this much, wrist swivel, and we have standard ball joint that can move in any direction. We also have a traditional amazing Yamaguchi cut used as their version of a butterfly joint, so they are like a separate panels that move forwards and backwards, and that gives you extra range for the arms. Two cuts in the torso, we have one up here and the other one is down here. Together they give you rotation, movement side to side, tilt as well. He can crunch forward this much, back this much, legs move out this much, forward, back. As we saw earlier, these pouches are also on a smaller Revoltech joint, so they move out of the way. There is a really tight thigh cut, double jointed knees that bend in all the way, a generous boot cut, swivel in the ankles, feet move forward this much, back this much, we have a toe joint and a generous ankle pivot. Let's now compare our Agent Venom with some other figures. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends symbiote suit Spider-Man and AliExpress bootleg of Mayfax Venom. Here he is next to the original Sentinel Peter B. Parker and a City Toys bootleg of SH Figuarts Spider-Man 2099. Here he is next to the original SH Figuarts The Amazing Spider-Man and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Here he is next to the AliExpress bootleg of Marvel Legends movie Venom and original Mayfax comic suit Spider-Man. Here he is next to the City Toys 147 black suit Spidey and City Toys 185 classic suit Spidey. Both of these guys are City Toys KOs of original Mayfax figures. And finally, here he is next to two other amazing Yamaguchi bootlegs from AliExpress. On the left side we have Deadpool 2.0, the better bootleg version, and on the right we have a bootleg of amazing Yamaguchi Wolverine. So that was my look at the amazing Yamaguchi Agent Venom bootleg by City Toys. And you guys were right, what an amazing figure. I'm truly impressed by what these guys are doing with these KOs. I'm not sure how they are able to do it, you know, from the legal aspect, but they are making some high quality knockoffs, which can be a great thing for those who can't get original releases that can be insanely expensive on the secondary market. The sculpt and the paint are great, the figure doesn't feel cheap, the joints are sturdy and articulation is obviously fantastic. On top of that, you get a ton of amazing accessories that can give you a lot of displaying options for this guy. That's all thanks to the original designers who created the original figure. But City Toys made an amazing knockoff of that original, and it's no joke. This is one of the best bootlegs that I ever saw. And I have a nice collection of bootlegs in my possession. I'm actually making a video about it. But this KO is something else. Now I hope that their Wolverine KOs will be this good. So, do I recommend this KO? Oh, absolutely. And if you can't get the original, or you do have it, but you simply want another one for customizing, this is a strong recommendation. Just make sure that you are getting the City Toys version and not the other one. But those were my thoughts, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this City bootleg? Do you have it? Do you plan on getting it? Let me know all of it down in the comments. As always, a special shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep the channel alive. Everything that I earn over there goes into the channel content, so if anyone else can join and help, please do so. And if not, that is also okay, because you are helping simply by watching and sharing my videos. So thank you all for checking out the video, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next one.